Hello, everyone. Welcome to my super messy desk. I'm Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. Today is cloudy and we've had some freezing rain. We've had some light snow. It's just a typical Mogi Manitoba morning today. Currently 4 degrees Celsius, minus 4 degrees Celsius, pardon me. Feels like minus with the wind chill. So that means it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit, but feels like 14. Hey, Teresa, nice to see you. I have super messy desk. I haven't cleaned up from Friday. I haven't cleaned up from Sunday. I have been so busy this past weekend that I just kind of shoved things so that I got a bit of space to play with today. Hey, nice to see you, Miriam. It's 70 degrees there. Yeah. Miss you too. Hi, Chrissy. Hello. All right. So, um, what? I just feel like playing today. I feel like doing some wobble cutting and make some stuff. We're gonna learn to or we're gonna. Hi, Cindy. You enabler, you. You got me started on those mini paintings. Oi. Anyway, it's okay. We're gonna draw some chickens. You have a meeting in 50 minutes. Okay. You am innocent. You am not. All right. Between you and Carol, yeah. But the thing is that I don't often have paint sitting on my desk. Well, I do, but I don't. Anyway, but because of this big project that I'm working on, I have paint uh, all the time and like handy all the time. And I have to wait for the stuff on the big project to dry. So then I figured I could do these little bits. Chicken conspiracy. Yes. So I have been asked to draw a funky chicken. And we all know I don't really draw. Is it okay if I wobble cut it and then just add the bits? Hi, Shannon. Nice to see you. Yeah, cacklebirds. Is it okay if I just wobble cut some chickens? I hope so because, well, you know what? Let's try. I can just scribble draw. I can just scribble draw because that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to use a pencil. Pencils irritate me today. I don't. The scritching on the paper bothers me some days for some reason. Today I'm just absolutely irritated. Thanks, Miriam. I'm just having. I went grocery shopping this morning because it's 10% Tuesday, so that's when I get the little things that I don't normally buy unless they're on sale. Um, so did the 10% Tuesday, had to go, got a huge stone chip in the windshield of the truck last week. So we went to the body shop for that. And it's going to take over half a day because they have to replace the whole windshield. It's just not a small repair. Yay. And then I remembered that I needed specific green paint or specific color for this big project. And I have been mixing paints. So if I have to do a second coat, I have to remix. And it's always a different color because I don't measure, right? So I decided that I would actually buy like a light green paint that I need for it. So went to the local art store in the town we were in, the city we were in, and they had burned down a couple of years ago. So they moved into a much smaller store. Hey, Sherry, nice to see you, hun. Who have I missed? I hope I haven't missed anybody. Hello to everyone. Um, so anyway, it's a much smaller store. They only had probably an 8-foot piece of wall that they had art supplies on. So they had canvases, they had oil paints. I didn't find any watercolors there. Um, they had some sort of, I don't even know the brand of this acrylic I bought. I just bought it because I needed it. Um, So they had tubes of that. They had brushes. They had the stretch canvases. They had some clay, but it wasn't a huge selection. So we all know about the fight I have with Michael's. So I'm not about to go to Michael's, but we do have another art store in Winnipeg. It's a independently owned art supply store, and I know that they carry the Canadian watercolors that I'm interested in purchasing. So I'm going to okay, Cindy. Um, they've got the watercolor paints there that I want to try, the Canadian made ones with no plastics and they're natural. So I'm probably going to take a trip up there next week. Okay, chickens. Let's draw a chicken. Let's give it a head. We're going to do a head, and then it's got some sort of weird, funky neck feather things as a rule. Okay, so we've got a head. And it almost looks like one of those egg things from hatching chicks, you know. And then we're going to give it a body like this. Okay, that's going to be our chicken. And chickens have really funky legs. They bend really strange. Their knees bend backwards, I think, like flamingos. I can't remember. All I know is that their legs have a knee, and you can put them any way you want. Okay, we're going to put in a wing here. And of course, for the tail, we can add all kinds of funky feathers or whatever we want to add. Now, like I said, I would much prefer to wobble cut this, but it's kind of what we're doing. Just giving rough hint because, hey, Jean, nice to see you. Rough hinted a chicken because you guys are all going to end up doing it your way anyway. I'm just showing you the body parts you need. So we need a head with some sort of neck fringe because they seem to ruffle their neck feathers for no apparent reason because they're hags, right? So we need a beak. We could do beak either of two ways. We can do a beak like this, right? So the mouth is down here. Okay, could do either beak like that, or we can just give it a regular beak and have done with it. Almost like a little really elongated heart. Okay, let's give this one the elongated heart. Now we've got eyes. Chickens have little beady eyes, guys, right? Like we're doing body parts today. Yeah. Super duper energy giving toffees you hid? I could use those right now. Certainly can. Yep. Okay, so it's got a beak this way. Depends, sometimes you might want them facing forward. We're just doing parts, guys. We're just doing goofy parts. But like I say, chickens have little itty bitty beady eyes. Right? So we're just going to give two little circles with dots in them. We got eyes. But of course, chickens have combs. Right? So we're just going to do a little blobby kind of squiggly kind of thing for combs. Right? And of course, they've got wattles. So we got to have that down there as well. So if you're drawing it, wattles are usually in the shades of reddish, pinkish, beaks, orange, yellow. Chickens could be any color you want them to be. So anyway, that's now I'm going to wobble cut one, okay? That is Kim's drawn interpretation with an audience. Now we're going to wobble cut. I'm going to have pink chicken. I have a hunk of pink paper here. And here are my scissors. And I don't want a very huge chicken, so we're just going to go like this. Ooh, that's an interesting shape. And we're just going to round off that bottom. It's going to be a funky looking chicken, guys. Just an absolutely funky looking chicken. Okay, there we got the chicken. Now we need some sort of a yellowish orange stuff. Oh, look, I have a yellow orange stuff. We're going to make a beak and legs. So I'm going to lop off a hunk that size. Okay, we'll use this for the beak. If you want your beak to be symmetrical, fold it in half so that you've got a symmetrical piece. If you don't care, lop it out the way you want. I'm all about lopping parts off today, guys. Just so you know. And I think I want one of those beaks that go like this. And they got a big smiley kind of thing happening. And then it's got the beak. Now, if I wanted this beak to be sticking out the side of the head, I would change that, of course. Right. I'm going to turn that into the wattle when it's done. So it's okay. I think it needs to be up just a little bit more. That works. That works. We're going to glue that down. I hope everybody had a really good Monday. I had a good Monday. My granddaughter came for supper, and it was lovely. Had a lovely visit with her, with just her and us, no one else. It was great. Great to spend that time, you know, especially when they turn into adults, young adults, and they've got their points of view about things. It was just a lovely, lovely dinner. So, of course, I'm going to outline this because I can. And the rest of the beak goes here. Right. That's the beak. I know that kind of looks like eyes. It's not. Your Monday was weird? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, let's do some little white eyes. We'll get to the shading on this after. Let's just grab a hunk of white paper. Oh, I can even use this. I'm just going to use this little piece because I just need little itty bitty beady eyes. Your Monday was weird. Yeah, no, my granddaughter asked for a specific meal, so I made this specific meal for her. And it's really hard cutting out itty bitty beady eyes. Look how small that is. Kim's doing her weird little things again, but that's okay. It's what makes me happy. I need to be happy today. My girl's gone back out of province, and they're talking about doing a big road trip for a couple of months. Then they're going to go back to Europe for a while. So I think that's the last I'm going to see of her for a few months. Come. This doesn't want to open up because I don't even know what side I hinged it on. There's the hinge. There's the hinge. It'll come apart this way. Maybe. There we go. So I've got a pair of itty tiny bitty little eyes. That's fine. Totally fine. Of course we can give them big eyes and make them really comical looking. I'm going to just put it above the center of the beak. I know you can't see them very well. We're going to figure that one out right away. So there's one eye, and there's the other eye. I didn't get those quite straight, but that's fine. So he's going to look really goofy. This is going to be a total character chicken. Little beady eyes. He's going to be looking right at us. So this is the head. That's going to be where the comb is going to go. Now the comb, like I said, is usually a yellow, and I happen to have a hunk of yellow with white circly things on it. We're going to use this for the comb. Just lop off a piece. No measuring here. We're not measuring again, guys. We are just making a goofy looking chicken. So because it's going to have to go over that piece that I cut, and it's kind of off to the side, maybe it's like a French chicken or something like, woo! Anyway, she'll be stylish with this comb. Side comb. Maybe she's going bald. Never mind. So we'll do that. So it has to have quite a wide base. And we will just cut wobbles. Wobbles, guys. We just wobble cutting. Just do it. Just, you know. Just do it. And did you know that this is how chickens sweat? They sweat through their combs and their wattles. It's how they regulate their temperatures. I read that someplace. Why did I read that? I don't have chickens, but I read it. Okay. Well, maybe I'm going to have to lop off that little bit of pink. We'll do that. No harm in lopping off some of the stuff you don't want. Hey, Moni. I'm wobble cutting a chicken here. I wobble cut everything. So this chicken has a comb over, sticking out the side of her head, because when I cut her body, it's the way it was. Okay, I didn't cut it too far back, which is fine, because then I can just take, where did that red go? I can take one of these pieces and put it in front, right? We can do that. We'll just take this piece here, and I'm going to start gluing pieces in front, because combs are really interesting. I love to wobble cut. This is my joy. I needed to do something for me today. Totally, and not that I don't do things for me all the time, but cooking for family, all for the weekend, and it's just been. I need to play. I just need to play. I lost that. Where'd you go? It's kind of got the straight side. So I'm just going to take this one little lump here. And normally I would put a bit of glue on a piece of scrap paper and use a toothpick so I don't get all sticky, but whatever. Okay, so I don't like the way that top one went. I don't want it to look as much fringy as, I'll go this way. We'll go that way. And then I'll trim it to the shape of the head. That's going to have to dry a little bit. So I'm just going to turn it over and cut this to conform to the head. Round it off just a little bit. That's what it looks like from the back. This is the front. Now, once that glue is dry, I will go in with a black gel pen, and I'm going to give it some extra stuff. I glued the beak down. Normally, I would put the, you're sending mail off today? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. We'll give the wattles. I'm going to do it a little bit longer. And this one I'm going to fold in half. Yeah, why not? It's just going to be easier to cut. And again, we're just going to wobble cut down. Then we're going to wobble cut back up. Because it's going to have to go under the beak. Or as close to the beak as I can get it. It's got to kind of go like this. Which is fine. It can go just like that. And then this one, I need to do kind of at a different angle-ish thing. Because that could work. That could work. We'll just put these bottoms together and make them so it looks like it's going to flow better. I don't like the way it's going to be like that, so I'm just going to go like this. Then we're going to glue these down. This Friday, we will be playing on Jean's channel, just a reminder. Not sure what we're doing today. Jean hasn't told me what we're doing for what we're going to be. She sent me some ideas, but we haven't decided. We haven't chatted about what we're actually going to do. I do not have a calendar for this month. I have a lot of stuff I need to deal with in the next little while. So it would probably be really beneficial to have said calendar, but I do not. So now I am just kind of scribbling on this red stuff on the wattles. She looks like she's got a beard, but that's okay. So I drew a chicken in the beginning, and now I'm wobble cutting a chicken because I can. So we're going to make sure that this head's a little bit rounder, and we're just going to do some of that scribbly stuff on this red stuff up top as well. Just to give it, because wattles are really quite ugly. We could always put a bow in her hair. We could. Okay, so chicken wings. Let's just cut out a wing, just for the head. I don't. What do we want to use? Oh, legs. We didn't give it legs yet. Okay. Big hugs, Miriam. See you soon. Very, very soon. Little piece of orangey, stripey kind of paper. Folding it in half because I want 2 legs. Now, I kind of want them bent and feet, and you're making schnitzel. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to start on the folded edge, and I'm going to cut 1 toe, and I'm going to go towards the fold, and then I'm going to go back up little ways from the edge, because I want my chickens to have bendy legs. I will come in and thin that out shortly. Here's the foot. So chickens have what, 3 toes? I can't remember. Can't remember. Been a while. Okay, so that's going to be the foots of my chicken. Are we focused? Come on. There we go. Foots of the chicken. I'm going to cut the legs just a little bit thinner because I don't think chickens have that big a calf. I know their thighs are quite nice, but I'll leave her with thunder thighs. How's that? And we'll just trim off the feet a little bit. Okay, so I got feet, I got legs. We're gonna give her legs now. You have canned chickens? Yeah, definitely. Definitely you could cut legs to do the can with your chickens. And of course one's gonna go behind and one's gonna go in front. Right? Because even though this is a 2D image, we've got to make sure it's got a little bit of depth happening here. Not sure I'm really a big fan of this flat edge. Not too much I can do about it now. It's gonna have to stay. Gonna have to stay that way. Sorry. Sorry. But I mean, I can always give it pantaloons, correct? Chickens have fuzzy tops of their legs quite often. I can come back and do that. Which I might just do, or I won't. Okay, we got to decide on what kind of tail feathers we want. We got a cool pink chicken. I think it needs a wild pink tail. I have some fluorescent pink paper with purple circles. And so we need a chicken's tail. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, no, I'm just going to cut it flat. We're just going to cut a really big, fanciful chicken tail, almost like a rooster. Because some chickens have quite nice tails too. So we're going to go like this and give it a nice arch. So this is going to be a feather kind of thing. This is going to be a feather kind of thing. That's going to be a feather kind of thing. And we'll do one more, a little one, big fat little one for the bottom feather. What do you think? And I should give her a wing out of that too, but I used up all that paper. I didn't think of that. Well, I could cut just an itty bitty wing because chickens don't fly, right? We're just going to do this. Because she does have just kind of like a little bitty. That's a fun thing about doing these collage critters. Use what you've got, make it your own. Maybe like that. This, like that. And then we'll glue this tail down. There. Coming together. So I think it needs some hairy stuff on the top of this leg. So I'm going to take this little corner of pink here, and I'm going to just do like a little leg cap kind of thing, like this, around that. Sort of like a triangle, but one corner rounded. And then we're just going to wobble cut this bottom, just like that. And we're going to put it over the leg like this. Just so it covers the top of the leg, and that's a long-legged chicken. That's okay. Then I'm going to use some ink and we are going to start enhancing how we're doing this. I was on a Facebook group today and I saw a thing that they were complaining about YouTubers. It was a junk journal group that I was on. It wasn't my group. But somebody was complaining about junk journal YouTubers sitting and gluing or fussy cutting or whatever. And I kind of thought, wow, that's not a very nice thing to say because we all do it. Everybody's got a different style. They hold things differently. Some people end up with horrible crap. So if they're seeing somebody do it and holding it differently and they change, you know how I am, guys. You guys know how I am. Anyway, I thought I was going to comment, but I thought, no, I don't want to be one of those. Just scroll on by. Scroll on by. So we got some fancy kind of legging over that leg. We have to outline this big, huge wattle. She's obviously quite old. Don't like the way this head and this is joining, so I'm just going to snip in here. It's just too pointy for me. That's better. Much better. Much better. So we're going to outline the whole bird. Outline everything, right? And then we're going to grab those pencil crayons, and do the shading and things like that there. Tail's on kind of funny. It's okay. It's okay. Because this is kind of like a Goonie chicken, right? So I've outlined the tail feathers, I've outlined the body, and definitely the wing. Oh, the legs. Forgot the legs. You know, it should have kind of like knobby kind of legs, like knees, right? So, should that person happen to come across my channel and I am just doodling and drawing and not saying anything, and you are bored, I'm sorry you're offended. Those kind of look like robot legs now, though, don't they? That's okay. That's okay. Okay, let's give her some eyelashes because, you know, I've got an eyelash, the birds, and we gave some wing things here and these feathers all kind of. And a lot of chickens are speckled, right? So let's just do a whole bunch of little black speckles on the breast of this here chicken. Gotta love me some speckles. All right. Shading. So it's in the pinks. I'm going to use a red. This is ruby red, Crayola. Gonna So we know where shadows are. They're under the beak, under the wattles, and usually if a bird's standing like this, the breast is kind of in shade. The bottom of the belly is in shade. Bottoms of these feathers would be kind of shadowy. Got legs in shade. Part of the body's in shade. Under the wing definitely is got a shadow to it. And then up here. Okay, so usually a bit of a shadow under the tail. Now each of these feathers, the bottom of the feathers would have a shadow. I'm not a big fan of these ends I cut. So we're just going to trim them off a little bit nicer. Oh, yeah, we'll make it square because birds have square feathers. Wow, just doesn't want to play nice. What's my problem today? It's been a good day. Although, like I said, I was pretty disappointed. And that town has quite a large art community, so I don't know where they're getting their supplies from. I mean, our capital city is only, it's not that far. Can do it within an hour. So they could probably go there. Or I guess maybe they buy off Amazon too. But it just seems so funny because I used to work at that art center. And we had a lot of watercolor artists in that community. Big watercolor community. Anyway, so back to the feathers. Trimmed them up. They're kind of round. So I would say the bottom of the feathers should all have that shading. And between the feathers should have that shading. Right? So just doing a line of the red at the bottom of each feather. And then where they're going to come together, I'm just going to enhance that darkness there and there. Now, the top sides of the feathers are going to be light. And probably along this side of the bird's head is going to be light. So I'm going to get a white Crayola and just do some white shading at the top of the feathers towards the tips. And the reason I'm doing that now is because if I decide that I'm going to fringe those feathers, it's really hard to put the lighter color on when it's fringed, because of all those, you end up tearing an awful lot. And of course, down the center of the beak would be much lighter. And then we need like a darker goldish kind of color so that you can tell that this is behind the beak. And the very bottom edges of the beak would have some darker to it as well. Legs. Just do this, a few little dark marks. And I would consider that a good chicken. Okay, take care, Shannon. Thanks for coming. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. Nice to see you. So there's my take on chickens for the day. Aside from those little ones that I do that, So I drew a chicken and I wobble cut a chicken. Thanks, Andrea. So I'm just having one of those kind of days where I just feel like wobble cutting and making critters and things like that. Let's put that lid on the glue before we're muttering at it. So I think what I'm going to do is the way I've done it many times in the past is I'm just going to grab a painty paper. I'm just going to start hacking it into pieces and making things. You know how that works. Okay, let's grab a painty paper. All right, this is brayer off stuff. So I've got a few choices here. I want that orange, like the yellow. I guess it's more yellowy green. Doesn't matter. I'll take that as one piece. This is how I piece my things up. This dark strip along this edge, I don't like. But I mean, even this little strip here, that's going to make lovely little leaves. I'm just going color kind of thing right now. Got green and purple, that also will make leaves. Take it off. And this is how we do it. Oops, should not be singing. Sorry. I'm going to leave that. This is garbage. So those of you who haven't seen me do this before, this is how I decide what these papers are going to be, how I use my painty papers. Garbage. All right, so this has some lovely greens and purples and orange. I think that's going to be some really cool leaves. So I'm going to fold that in 4 because thicker than that is going to be pretty hard to cut. Seems to be a thicker brown paper. Not sure if it was Amazon packaging or anything like that, but it's definitely thicker than the stuff I have on my roll. So let's just cut a really cool set of 4 leaves out of that. These are going to be the leaves. And of course, one of these leaves will get used in one of my floral collage cards. I will be doing the veining and the shading on them shortly. This too could be leaves. It's got a lot of green to it. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you, sweetie. I am just wobble cutting stuff today. I need something mindless and happy making. And I didn't want to do a little painting because I know that that's even more boring than watching me wobble cut. So let's just do leaves like this. I'm not too concerned about these bits of paper. I have so much painty paper that I don't mind tossing those cut off bits. These also will be lovely leaves. And again, they will go on a floral card, not necessarily the same card. Now this has a lot of oranges and blues. I'm seeing flowers here. That is very thick, very thick. So I need to decide, how about if I do those tall, skinny kind of flowers? almost like a foxglove or something like that. And I will do a couple more sets. That way I can have different sizes, different shapes on the same. I guess I could have used the cut that was there instead of cutting again. Oh well, we're good, we're good, we're good. Yeah, different sizes, different shapes, so it doesn't look like I did, cut them all at once. Mass cut, mass make. I'm going to have lots of stuff to play florals with, but that's fine. So these will be the tall, skinny flowers like foxgloves or whatever. And of course, I'm going to come in with pens and things and enhance them. These wouldn't necessarily go on the same piece that one was going on. I would be, watching for colors and that kind of thing. But those are going to be kind of like I say, foxglove, gladioli kind of flowers. So we'll put the leaves over here, flowers on this side. Okay. Now this one is kind of blue and whatever. You know what? I think I want to cut a pair of little toadstools out of this one. So we need a little stem, and I want a big, flat, round cap. Hope everybody's having a fun day. I know this doesn't look like anything, but wait till I start doodling, guys. You know how that goes. Pretty little blue. Let's do some little flowers. You know what? I want 4. I like working in odd numbers as a rule, so that'll give me 3 in 1. And what do we want? We want kind of like I'm going to do it in 2. Like a forget-me 4-petaled flower. Just a little 4-petaled flower. And yeah, it certainly would be easier just to draw these little things onto my cards. It would. But because I do them collage style, I need little bits of flowers. Okay, that's more like a 3-petaled flower. But they're still going to be nice as filler, right? They are going to be lovely as little filler. This is how I create my things, guys. Anybody who hasn't seen me. Those who have seen me, I'm sorry if you're bored. Ugh. I should probably use smaller scissors. But we know. We know. So again, I've got just little small blues that will be flowers. I'll show you. Split them apart. Because I'm always looking for like different shaped flowers. I do a lot of like roundy kind of things. Focus. We're going to focus. Play nice. Ooh. Am I not in your focus spot? Anyway, I got these really cute little blue flowers. They're kind of like forget-me-nots, sort of. This is a bigger piece of blue. Even though it's got green, I am going to do flowery kind of things out of it. Fold it in 4. This is a thinner paper. I don't know why it feels thinner. I can get 8. And I am just going to cut like a teardrop kind of thing. So they're going to be kind of like dewdrops hanging down. Those are going to be pretty big. But that's okay. It could be the focal point of... Okay, how about if we go down like this? This is a new shape, guys. I'm making it up. And like that. And then we're going to go down into like a nice big teardrop shape. And then on that side, we'll do another of those little pointy kind of leafy. It's not a leaf, it's a petal-y kind of thing. Okay, now all these bits are getting thrown into my bits I'm keeping. This is probably more for along the lines of a fan trashy flower. But I'm thinking I could make those into really interesting, dangly kind of flowers with definitely more focally point than the others. This one, you know what? I think I want to just cut a shroom out of this. Other than a headache, you're good? Oh, sorry to hear you have a headache. Okay, so let's give it a fat little stump. Then we'll go and do a nice little mushroom cap. And then a fat little stem. I'm low on mushrooms. I'm low on quite a few things right now. This is going to be interesting flowers. I do see this almost like a 3-petaled flower. Those would be pretty big. But you know what? Let's do it. So I'm going to go from this point here. I'm going to cut a petal there, close to that one. And a petal close to this point. Ooh, I think I've lost a sheet because it's folded in 4. And then one here. Now, of course, when I'm going to use them, if I've got square edges or whatever, I will change them. See, I could use these either as leaves or flowers. They're pretty green. Actually, maybe they're going to be leaves. They're going to be very interesting leaves. I think, what do you think? Leaves? Hey, Barbara. Nice to see you, hon. I think those would be better as leaves than flowers. Wow, I've got 3 kinds of leaves. This too. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this one and I'm going to cut it in half and I'm going to use it for like the grasses behind. So I've got 2 kinds of purple here. Well, 1 kind of purple, but 2 shades. You going to the balcony? Okay. You can buy yourself flowers. Cool. Folding it in 4. It's purple. Let's wobble cut some sort of a circle-y kind of thing out of that. I know I'm slow today too. Okay, we got cute little purple flowers. I've got blue ones. I've got purple ones. I've got lots of purple ones there. Okay, I'm going to cut this orange off. So this will be like an orange speckle, and this is the orange flowers. Going to the balcony, that's good. I hope the balcony is nice and cozy. It's a damp cold here today, guys. I don't know. I felt chilled when I was outside today. And I hope it's just chilled because I was chilled, not because one of the people in my house over the past few days brought me something that I don't want. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to kind of wobble cut flowers. This is 8 layers. They are not all going to look the same when I'm done, which is kind of what I like. These are the kinds of flowers I normally do that shape. Then I do the petals. You know how I go, guys. I'm just making stuff to do. You know what? I have lots of chickens. I don't have many fish right now. What else did I say I was out of? Yeah, I'm hoping it's just the weather that made me feel chilly. What if I turned these into little mushrooms? Like little mushrooms. I'm going to do that. I don't have very many mushrooms. And mushrooms are fun. Mushrooms are an absolute joy to make and do. Little button mushrooms in yellow and orange. And of course, I used to look at all these pieces and go, I can throw that out. I can make something with that. Not today. Not today, Josephine. Where was that saying from? Not today, Josephine. My mom used to say that to me. Somebody out there needs to know. Somebody, anybody? Oh, it's a weather alert day. Oh, dear. No, we just have, like, when we went to town, like I say, there was a bit of freezing rain and there was light snow. And of course, it was on the way there that we ran into the freezing rain. I'm thinking, oh, highways are going to be caca on our way home, but they weren't bad. I'm making a lot of really small stuff. I think because I'm doing the tiny paintings, I'm on the smallish kick right now. Those will be flowers. Chili would be appropriate for the chicken's name. Chili chicken. Let's write that on the back. I have a pen. Chili. I'm not a big fan of chicken chili. Total off topic. Yeah. So I'm very upbeat, but I hate to say this at times. You sound a little cold or something else. Yeah, I have to admit, like, um, there's stuff happening personally that uh, a few of you know about, and it's kind of irritating me. So I'm a little bit off. I admit it. I am off. I'm just gonna pull this up, and we're gonna cut bigger flowers. Not tonight, Josephine. Yeah, that sounds like, I think that's where it came from. We're gonna fold these in thirds instead of just halves. I think that's exactly it, Barbara. I really do. I knew somebody would know what the heck I was talking about. Okay, so, these aren't square or whatever, I just fold so that I can cut more than once at once, more than one at once. You know what I mean? So we're going to just do like little coney kind of flowers out of this too. Just like this. Then, okay, so I've got all these little flowers and things. I will do the mushrooms. We will take a black marker and do the mushrooms. Hey, Tina, nice to see you. I am making Kimbits. I'm low on things like little mushrooms, flowers. I always have lots of. I just took a piece of brayer off paper, so I cut some leaves and flowers and mushrooms and things out of it, just so that I have things to work with. You know, because sometimes you decide you want a mushroom on something, and then you need a mushroom. Okay, so to do the mushrooms, I always up the stems just a little bit, right? I give it kind of a little frowny smile. So we're going to do that to all of these right now. These little ones are going to be a riot to do. Nice flat top mushrooms. Like a Beatles song. Flat top. And that one. And I know you guys can't see them very good on these dark things, but I will hold them up and show them too. I'll probably end up using white for the veins. They're not veins. We've had this conversation. That word is gone again, guys. Word is gone again. They're not veins. They are... Where's Anne when I need her? Snow globe once more. Yeah, well, we've got some snow and freezing rain. We went to town this morning and encountered some freezing rain on the way in. No, I'm just going to use this. So we've got our mushrooms. Now we've got to do the, what are they called? No, it's too dark, too heavy. I can get away with it, but I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. That's okay. Not everything has to be the way I like it, right? I don't want to do the next one like that. Gills, that's it. Thank you. Ugh, I don't know why I lost that word. And this one doesn't want to write on here. Okay, let's find. Let's try this gel pen. Oh, doesn't really want to play either. My goodness. This is a brayer off that I'm using. So it's very, very textured. It's not smooth by any means whatsoever. You can hear it, right? Yeah. I think I need that black for this one. And I guess I don't even really have to do the gills. But I do. But anyway. Especially on the dark ones. I'm going to come back and go over the lines with the white gel pen. Just so that they're visible. In fact, I believe that's exactly what I will do if I can find my white gel pen. Those aren't white gel pens. This one is a white gel pen. She wouldn't let it. Barbara singing. Hey, April, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I am doing what I call Kim bits. I was asked to draw a funky chicken. I can't draw. So that's my take on a chicken, but then I wobble cut and collaged a chicken. Now I am just wobble cut a whole bunch of bits, and I'm just highlighting them so that I can throw them in my bin, so I've got them to just grab and go. I make all my own ephemera. Okay, 99% of my ephemera I make. So, and I use a lot of interesting critters and things that I have made. So, like the chicken. And sometimes you just need a little bit of something. Hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. I am just making some Kim bits today. It's kind of what I was in the mood for. Yep. Now, normally, if I had these on brighter painted papers, I would probably do a bunch of shading and stuff. I don't think that. Okay, yeah, it does need some shading. Do. Let's do these with some green. Do it green shading here. There, top of the stem, sides of the stem. Definitely at the bottom there. Maybe along the sides of the cap. Better? Can you see the shading? Some of the shading. I have to admit, I really like the way this roller off looks, but what a pig to work on. The texture is just brutal. All right, I got mushrooms. 2 mushrooms. These ones, let's use a purple or a navy blue. Let's use a navy blue. So again, just right along the bottom of the stem, the back or the cap, the very back where the gills are, the sides of the stem, and there. I think I want to do those gills in white. Oh, you don't want to play nice. Look at you, you slimy thing. Perfect. There we go. There we go. We've got, this one has shading. This one has shading. And we'll use the blue on this one as well. Because we can. Because we can. Anybody got fun things planned for the week? I'm going to be working hard on that project I have sitting here. Okay, let's make these into some funky leaves. I will be using those, and those of you who are new, I make these. I'll just grab one and show you. Because I do have them handy somewhere. Really, I do. I make journal cards like this. And it's all collaged flowers. So I'm always making little bits of leaves and florals and stuff to be able to do that. Okay, so we're going to start by giving this a center vein. Now the thing is that even though they're cut out of the same paper, because it was a brayer off, I have lots of variation in colors on these. And I know that, typical leaves, give them some veins. But when you've got them in a collage, people are normally looking at the whole, not at the individual bits. So I'm gonna, you know what? Let's do it with pencil. Let's highlight this side with. What the heck was that? Am I still here? That was a weird sound. I have no idea what that was from. And of course, between the veins is a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just do it, highlight one edge and between the veins. And I think I'll do these opposite because maybe I want them going this way, that, Normally I don't do this until they're down, but I'm just kind of giving you a hint of how I do these things. That one's much darker. I'll do this side because it's lighter. I can always adjust it when I've got it down on the card. So then I am going to take a very dark green, and I'm just going to run a single line along this edge of the green, opposite to the shading of the lightning of the yellow. Now, of course, if this was smooth, it would be better. And you know what? I'm going to take that dark green and I'm actually going to go along the veins with it as well. Because the black is pretty heavy because it was the big marker. That also helps with the depth perception, that it makes it look like these veins are deeper sunk in. So leaves like this. Oh, thanks, Tina. I narrate when I do a lot of things, when I cook, when I'm clean, when I'm doing. So I try and do it as best I can. So these kind of leaves would be kind of like the big leaves down that I have hanging across the vases. So when I put them on, I have to be very cognizant of which way the veins go. Let's try these new little petally ones that I cut out. I know that I would probably really much rather do it when it's down on a piece of, or on one of the works. but they're almost like a dewdrop to me. Ooh, that's quite green. That's okay. Look, I have quite a nice selection of colors here to play with, but I really like the blues. So I'm going to take this really dark blue and I'm going to sharpen it. Because I think, oh, look, it broke off. These are those kids' pencils, guys. I got to have a different one. I'm going to use this one because it's nice and sharp. And I wanted a sharp end, and I don't want to play around. How annoying. But again, these are the pencil crayons that I have taught many a kids class with. They have been dropped so many times that, but I can't throw them out the way they are because there's still lots of pencil left. And if I get a few things out of it, so be it. Let's not throw it and muck up the piles. What? Oh, my narrating. Yeah. So we have this. Okay, so I'm envisioning that these are kind of a couple of petals, and then that's just a big dewdrop that I might give it a couple of petals like this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go like this, and then, I guess that's going to have to go down the middle, and, oh, guys, this is going to be a very, very pretty flower. I can tell you right now. I'm going to be very happy with the way I decided to do it. I will show you right away. I just want to get it's got orange on it. Do I have a nice orange? I do. That's more of a reddish, but that's okay. I just want to give some along the tip of these petals. And I think that this flower is going to be one of the focal points. Might have 3, but I envision it being in what am I trying to say here? More is the focal, like just one. Now I think I need just a little bit of white along here. Just a smidge up there. And just at the tips. I think that's a pretty little flower. So I know I wasn't really talking you through it. Like I was kind of pointing as I did it. So what I did was I put these petals here, and then I did a centered line 3/4 the way, pretty much, and split it so that I have a 3-petaled flower. Now I could use these as fan trashy flowers, or I could use them in one of my floral collages. These ones I could use for either. So I'm just going to quickly do the blues, quickly do these up so that they are complete and I can just put them in the bin. So again, I'm just going, and you guys saw how I wobble cut these, right? That I did the points and then the teardrop. I didn't fold them, I just straight cut them. Wow, this is quite a dark one. This one may end up being a fan trashy flower. The darker ones. because they lend themselves more to that for sure. Oy. Working on little things like this, like I say, I really do like it when I've got them glued down so they're not moving on me this way. But I think I got it. So I know I'll have this one to show me how I want to add the little bits of red and orange, or the red and the white, right? So just a little bit on the outlines of these petals, a little bit on the sides of these, and a little bit across the tip. So this is how I mass make. I cut everything, and then I do it in stages, right? Everybody, so that I'm not bouncing back and forth and doing, okay, so I do this one, then this one. I do them all to the certain steps, and then I add um, so each one's to the same level of completeness. Does that make sense? If I was to start doing every one the way I did the first one, that was my prototype. Prototypes usually get done on their own, so I can see if that's the way I want it. A peace flower? Could be. Do love peace flowers. It is. You're right. Right. I think these are going to be added as one of my Kimbits. And yeah, I will call them peace flowers. Now I'm going to take that white gel pen. You know what? It would be nicer if it was softer. Like a sharpened pencil crayon. We'll see how that works. You're right. Yes. I think we have. Oh, and now that one broke off too. Oh, it's going to be a day. I do have a good set of pencils, but I figured I should use these up. Probably when I'm streaming, I should use the good ones so that my frustration doesn't come out while I'm here with you guys. Oh, yeah. I kind of like just the white highlight instead of the stark of the gel pen, which I'll show you. Come, pick up. I like this one much better with the highlight of the white than the definite lines. That looks fake. This is much more natural. Right? Right. And so, again, I'm just doing the same thing on each of them. Not overly concerned that they're exact because they're flowers. And of course, when I put them in, they're going to have some sort of leaf over the top of the flower. You know how roses have, and tomatoes, the stem leaves that help anchor flowers and stuff too. The base. It's all about the base, you know? So I will be doing that with these. They'll have cut out stuff. Hey, Liz, nice to see you. I'm making Kimbits today. I hadn't really anything planned, and we didn't get back from shopping till later than I anticipated. Oh, this one looks like it's got little dots up that petal. How are you going to focus, please? Do you see them? That's from the pencil on the, um, it's very rough paint because it's brayered. I almost want to put dots on those now. Well, I'll think about that. This one, again, now I'm not happy because of the gel pen. I much prefer the pencil. It's okay. I have these leaves. Let's do some more leaves. So yeah, I just took my brayer off papers, and I hacked them up into some mushrooms and some flowers and leaves. I did a crazy chicken collage because I was asked to do a chicken. So I don't know which is going to be up and down for these leaves. I don't think I'm going to bother putting the veins on these yet. I'm just going to leave them as they are, so that depending on where I place them. And these ones, actually, I will do all the shading, etc., on when they're glued down, because they've got such lovely colors in them, the oranges and the blues, that I might want to pick up with blue flowers, in which case I would do some highlights with the blues, that kind of thing. So those are those. These are yellow flowers. Let's do these up. Yeah, these are just yellow flowers. Same kind of thing, but they don't have the wings on them. Or I guess they could go this way. Let's do them this way. Yes. I have a plan for these now. I do. And these, there are a lot of, because I fold the paper and then cut. So I mass make, and then I use them for things like this. All right. So these are going to have cups. They're going to be cup-shaped flowers. So I'm going to take a black marker and hope that it's going to work for me. Maybe, Liz. So I cut, like I said, I just cut a bunch of random shapes. I cut tall, skinny flowers that I'm going to use. Um, I consider they're flowers. Right now, they're just little gloops of paper. But they're going to be things like foxglove and those tall flowers. I just like having a variety so that when I'm building the collage work, it's there for me. So we are going to draw an oval on the top of each of these. And I want it visible. Can you see that? Can you see that? Awesome, Allie. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. That's crazy good. I'm playing Kimbits today because A, I'm low on some things, and B, I just needed something mindless. And to me, this is mindless. So again, I just cut these. They're kind of like a teardrop shape, but quite rounded. Now I'm drawing ovals on the fatter end of them. They're going to be flowers. They are going to be flowers. Yarn and fabric are getting super expensive. 28 cents an ounce. That is a good deal. Amazingly good deal. I have lots of these, which is okay because when I do those cards, sometimes I put them in clusters of 5 or 3. It's nice to have a nice amount to play with. I like that they've got the reds and all the different colored speckles in them as well. And also, I could have them hanging, right? They could be hanging or they could be up, depending on how I want to have them oriented in the piece I am making. So these are very, very simple flowers to make as well. They work really nicely with nice, tall, grassy kind of leaves, like this shape, tall and thin, so that you can have it coming up and behind to nestle them, or they could be hanging down like that. That's what I do with these shaped flowers. They get tall kind of leaves as a rule. Okay, so now we need to do a little bit of shading, right? So we're going to take the white pencil. We know that this side is going to be highlighted, right? And so it's on the top of that piece of dark and under this piece of dark. Do you see that? Oh, cool, Liz. That's awesome. You see how I highlighted that? So it gives it that depth and it looks like we've got a cup flower. I'm going to do that to all of them now because, again, mass making. Do it all at the same time. Takes less time. Especially when you make all your own ephemera. You think about it. When you're doing 1 or 2 of these flowers, it's going to take you the same amount of time as doing 12 or whatever I've got here. I think I've got 12. That's something I need to do is make myself a list of words. I've got one someplace, but I need to do a couple more lists of words that I might use on something. I don't normally use words. Of course, the white's going to show up on some pieces better than others because some of them are a lighter yellow. But as long as it's there, it's going to, whether your eye actually sees it or not, it works. Okay, so now I've got the white. Now, because these are yellow, but they've got the reds and the green speckles, I'm going to use the red and I'm going to do the throats of the flower. So it's going to go along the bottom side of the ring. Hey, Carol. Welcome, welcome. I am making Kimbits. I took a brayer off sheet and chopped it into chunks of color. So I did some mushrooms. This was goonie chicken because I was asked to draw a chicken. I can't draw, but I can wobble cut. So I did the chicken. I've done some leaves and some other flowers. Now I'm just doing like a throated flower. I like having these on hand because then I use them on my floral cards that I make. Okay, so again, I'm taking this and I'm going to go just along the bottom of the ring, and that gives it that little bit more depth because it looks like it's darker. And I'm going to quickly do that to each of them. Just doing quick, quick, quick. And then these all go in my Kimbits bin so that I can just grab and go when I'm making stuff. That's done. And two, you want to, when you're doing it, some of them look a little wonky. A little bit thinner on the sides than on the front. Hey, you've returned. Awesome, Barbara. This is the last one. Now again, I can leave these just the way they are, or I could make sure that I definitely just have to add them and glue them down without any additional doings. But again, I get them all to the same stage. That one's got a weird point on it. I can trim that off when I go to use it, or I can do it now. I'll probably wait till I go to use it. And I think this is all I'm going to do to these. I might, when I've got them on the page, I might want to add some little orange speckles. Also, if I'm adding a whole bunch of stuff to it and then use the grasses and have grass come up the middle, if whatever I'm using might add that little bit of bulk that I don't want. So I'm just going to do this, and they are going to just be ready to be added as needed. What do you think? Do those look like little cuppy flowers? Okay, April. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I think they look like flowers. They look like flowers. Okay, so I've got a bunch of little flowers. I've got leaves. I've got some mushrooms. I got a chicken. Productive day. They're simple though, right? Like, I mean, we all have scraps of painting paper. Lop them up. Make stuff with them. Okay, I've got all these purple ones. I went crazy with these purple ones. Crazy. Oh, no. That's these ones. These are something completely different. Let's get all these purple ones. I probably have, what, 16 of these? I don't know. Don't know. Doesn't matter. We'll make them pretty. Going to make them pretty. Or should I say prettier? Okay, so we got these purples. They're all kind of the same shape. That's fine. These, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to first decide where the petals are going to go. And I think they're going to be maybe 4 petal flowers, maybe 5. So, how am I going to do this so you guys can see? We're going to start by doing, that's a pen doesn't want to play nice. Gel pen. We're going to start by doing like a little rounded, flat-bottomed center. Okay. Wobble, cut a circle in the middle of it. Okay, take care, Barbara. Did you send me an email? I haven't had a chance to look on. So we're going to do just a little flat bottom with a rounded top. Then we're going to look at where the wobbles are. Let's put this on the white. Okay, can you see that better? Now we're going to decide where the wobbles are, and we're going to make petals. So we're going to do a petal, 2 petal, 1 big petal down at the front, and we're going to want 3 up top. So on the one at the down, we're just going to do some little marks like this. And we're going to leave the other petals as they are. Can you see those marks? Then we're going to go around the very edge of the petals with the white. Highlight the edge. Of course, it could be thicker at the bottom where the light is hitting. Okay, so now let's make those petal separations much darker. Let's use a thicker marker. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So we've got the lines at the bottom. You could do lines, a few little lines shorter in the top petals like that. We're going to take a yellow and we're going to go around the center to highlight the center a little bit. That way you can see also where those almost looks like a little pansy, but with more petals. Come back. Can you see how that works up close and personal? Now, of course, if you really want to get picky, where those black lines are, you can go in with scissors and give it a V so that they're much more enhanced. I don't normally do it on the little ones like this, but I definitely do it when I do the bigger flowers. You guys know. You guys know. Should I have a piece of white under that? Will it help? Does that work? Awesome. Okay. So again, mass make. I don't know which side's up. It doesn't really matter when you're doing these, right? Because it's going to be in a cluster. So let's give them all their little flat-bottomed centers. And if it's not right in the center, don't worry about it. It's a flower. It could be tilted, right? Could be tilted. Oh, missed one. They could be as big or as short as you want. The centers, you know. If you can't work small, you can always make these bigger. So I've got a big front and 3 petals, 3 lines for petals. This one, for some reason, is cut much smaller. I don't know why, but that's okay. Ugh. They're not all the same number of petals, but that's, you know what? These are my flowers. They don't have to be the same, right? Right. I will kind of watch for when I am building. Totally missed doing the front there. Better with right behind them? Okay. Okay, I will grab a white right away. We'll have to do it this way. Okay. I don't know how well you can see the black lines. I will pick them up and show you guys. They twist them. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm actually doing some of these upside down. Not that there is a right way round. All right. I wonder actually if the little lines on them would be better in white. Let's try that. I think I like them better with the white. Can't see. Focus. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. I like them better with the white. So I'm going to do that with these ones right off the bat. Oh, I should have done the yellow first. Because when I go over it with the yellow, okay, yellow around the centers. Again, I'm just using pencil crayons for adding this color. I could use paint, but I've got the pencils sitting right here and they work. So now we do the edge with white pencil. And we're going to do them all, and then we're going to do the white lines. And then we're going to cut the petals. So, you know, even though I am using my scraps and stuff lots of other people throw away, it still is a timely process, right? Doing each and every one of these. Much easier to purchase them pre-done. I just can't bring myself to do that. It's just who I am. I like making these little bits. It brings me lots of joy and satisfaction because they're finished. They're finished bits, right? Especially when I've got projects like the one beside me here that are big projects and take a long time to do. You got to wait for paint to dry, paint to cure. I just like doing these little things because they're complete. Yeah, crazy thing. Although, lovely Carol and Cindy, who was here earlier, I think she's lurking because she's at work, started me on that 100 tiny painting project. And like I say, the only reason I'm doing it is because I've got paint sitting on my palettes while I'm waiting for the other paint to dry. So obviously I'm using a lot of oranges in what I'm working on. And these are the 6 I've got of the 100 so far. I do love you. These are the 6 I've got so far, just so that you guys know how small they actually are. This is day 6, just one of my roses. Day 5, well, number 5, number 6, number 5. This was number 4. 3, 2, and I know a lot of the ladies took their watercolor paper and they cut it all up into specific sizes. Because I was sitting at my desk watching them do this and talking about it, and then they sent me the video to watch. I've got all these tags stacked up on my desk so that I can. We were making tags the past week, and I just lopped them in half and into much smaller bits to make the tiny paintings on. So that's that. All right. So all of them have the yellow around the centers and the white around the outsides. We'll take the white gel pen. Oh, thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Carol. I just like to play and have fun. I really do. This is all fun and relaxation for me. Okay, so this is the biggest one, so we have to have. Now I'm going to come back and cut all these petals out individually, and I'm sorry that it's going to be boring for you guys. Maybe I'll wait and do that off screen so that I can get on with some of those other things I have lopped off and out. If people did not see how I did this, this is something that I've done many times on my channel. I make my Kim bits. And it's always something kind of the same but new. The same but new. Right now I'm working on building up my florals. What was I doing the other day? Do you guys remember? I don't even remember. Where I needed flowers, and it's like, I don't have any little flowers. And then I found my other bin of little flowers, but doesn't matter. It's always nice to have stuff to be able to just grab and go. Oh, who's enabling now? Wait a minute. Who's enabling what? Yeah, those enablers. Yeah. Yeah. I love my enablers. And you know what? I love painting small because I mean, I used to paint soaps and candles, like I've said you know. I did all the little decorative painting for when I was selling. I just love it for some reason. I am a sick puppy. It's what I like. What I like. But again, like I say, this is what I use this for. Whoever sent me the video to watch. Oh, well, Carol and Cindy were talking about it, and so then the person I was online with somebody at the time. They sent me the video, and I didn't even watch it, and I already started painting because I just did, right? But this is all collage. The background of this is actually a napkin, and then everything's collaged on top. So, okay, now I'm going to take smaller scissors and lop out where I've drawn the black lines for the petals to be, just to give them that little bit more definition. Yeah, and I'm still doing the temperature blanket. And I don't think I've got anything else challenge-wise happening though, guys. Do I? Please don't tell me I do. Can't think. I did that. I finished my scavenger hunt. I'm not doing the 100-day project. I am not doing the 100-day project. What else? What else am I not doing? Oh, that playing card challenge. There's the playing card challenge, and there's the iCads. I'm not doing any of those. I fell down on doing Becca's hearts last month. Started out great, and then it's like so much stuff seemed to get in the way. Oh yeah, yeah. I posted pictures. Where did I post them? Meet Your Creativity or on my page. I did post a picture of January and February complete. And then, when you do that, quite often you get little pointy bits at the ends of your petals. Just trim them off like you would, you know. And just kind of take the points off. Probably nobody would notice but me, but I see them because I'm working up close and personal, right? Hey, Marty, nice to see you. Whimsical. Those are awesome, Carol. What I was using, like for the tiger, I've got this old it's a tapestry catalog because I used to sell these tapestries. So I took the tiger out of here, like I copied the tiger in here. It's nowhere near the same. But like I say, it's been a long time since I painted, and I've painted small, but I was using this, and I don't know what else I'm going to use. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just making some Kim bits, Marty. It's kind of a craft and chat afternoon. Your daughter-in-law's photos? Yeah. See, I've got a stack of Ron's photos down here, and I was looking at them. I don't know what I want to use. I don't know. Um, I could even do some of those watercolor doodles. Yes, no? Because she said she didn't care what it was. I was thinking of doing, you know how you always fall back on things you know, right? That's why I did the rose. Then I was thinking of doing a frenzied flocker or frazzled flocker. Um, the snowman was something I knew. The sunsets I used to do fairly often, obviously on a much larger scale than that. Those are lovely little flowers. A bunch of the timbits on hands. Exactly. Right? I decided that I needed just a make it afternoon so that I could just do this. Just so that they're ready to roll on my cards. And I think I'm actually going to cut 4x6 pieces and do those strictly on 4x6s now because they're all over the place in size. And like if you were to print that one out, that's a big freaking journal card. You need to get back to the grindstone. Yeah. Well, thanks for popping in while you were having lunch, Teresa. I appreciate that. I do. I do. It's going to be interesting. I bought some new acrylic paints. I was at a local art supply store and I haven't used them before. And I'm hoping that they're going to do what I need them to do for the project I'm working on. And yeah, whatever. Whatever. Okay, thank you, Teresa. Asthma doctor is supposed to be sent free, definitely, and it wasn't. Another severe weather day for you guys. Oh, sorry to hear that. We're just getting light snow right now. But like I said, we did encounter freezing rain when we were heading to town. So did those scents send you off? Hey, Dana. Nice to see you. Oh, you had a reaction in the office? I'm sorry to hear that, Carol. Yeah, see, I can't ride buses for that fact. Buses, um, going to a lot of the shows and things I find are really hard. People just don't understand how strong they smell. Pardon me. How strong their perfume is. There we go. Yeah, bathroom air freshener. It is a hard thing to avoid. It really, really is. Okay, so these are a new shape for leaves. I thought that they would be cute, kind of flowery things, but because they're green, and I knew that when I folded it up, but so I'm going to figure out how we're going to make these into a fun leaves. Those are pretty. Okay, so first of all, let's do the stem things. the stem vein. Oh, that's cute. Just like that. Can you see that? Just the 3 lines for the veins. I'm liking that. And I'm thinking that when I put it down and I'm outlining it, I might even give them like a jagged edge, like a serrated kind of edge. These are fun. It's going to make me want to do a floral card. But you guys knew that. Gonna make me want to do that. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but when I start doing things like this, then it's like, okay, I want to use this for this, and that's how I fall down rabbit holes. Big rabbit holes. Your chest hurts and you can't breathe? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I get the tightening of the breathing passages, so it feels like you're breathing through a straw, and headaches. I get migraines from a lot of cleaning products and perfumes. So I've got these orange ones. They're going to be an interesting. I have an idea of how I would like these flowers to go also. Chicken feet. Here's chicken feet on my goofy chicken. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that happened to you, because I know how you've been struggling with all that. We're going to draw a big dot in the center. It's a big dot. Okay, now I'm looking at this kind of differently. Normally I do it so that I just draw the lines to the edge of the flower petal wise, but I think this one I want to actually draw the petals in. So it would go like this and that, and that. So I'm going to do that to each of them. I'm going to make petals out of what I consider the petal segments. Oh, there's 2 there. Well, so is it like tornado weather or something right now for you guys? I know you're talking severe weather, but I don't know what kind of severe weather you're chatting about. It does, Belinda. It does. Now, of course, too, I can come in and cut around each of these petals if I so desired. We'll see what happens. Some of these actually, for some reason, remind me of like maps with the blues and the browns together, the beiges. Don't know why, but it's okay. And I know everybody sees something different. I do, I do. Ah, stop flipping. Tornadoes? Oh no. Hey, Beth. Nice to see you, hun. I'm making Kimbits today. I was asked to draw a chicken. I can't draw chickens. So I drew a chicken, but then I decided to wobble cut one because it's so much easier for me. And so I just took a, I've got a lot of painty paper that I need to deal with, and I'm really low on a lot of Kimbits. So I decided that I would hack stuff up and make some Kimbits today. So I like these just the way they are. I don't think I would like them in one of my collages per se, but it will look really cute if I'm putting them on tags or something. So I think I'm just going to leave these as they are because I think they're really cute. Up to 80 kilometers. Wow. Miss Allie K got a very good deal on Fibercraft stuff today. So then I've got these little blue ones that I cut, and I absolutely love them. But I'm not going to do anything with them until they are actually glued down onto something because they're just too tiny to work on. So we'll do these. We will work on these. These are tall things. I'm thinking kind of like gladiola or foxglove or something like that. She got such a good deal. Because they're all different colors, I'll match them so that I've got at least three to go that'll match to go on a specific work. Gonna do purple ones and orange ones. Got lots more orange ones. That's okay. So I've got the purples. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take a bright pinkish kind of. This is raspberry. No, what are you? Magenta. I'm going to take this magenta pencil and I'm going to kind of scribble circles down it. So it kind of looks like flowers. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to do kind of circly things. And I know you can't see it, really. This is just going to, when I put white circles or whatever on. I'll show you how I do this. Oh, that'll work. So as I say, I'm just drawing circles. Like you won't be able to see them. It just gives it just adds a little bit more color to the thing. Look how mucky my hands are. I don't think, oh, that's marker. That's what that is. That'll explain that, I tell you. Silliness, silliness. Okay, so I've added the pink circles to these. So now I'm going to take the white gel pen, make sure that it's writing. And I'm just going to do like kind of a scribbly kind of thing. Down these things. So not necessarily doing circles, I'm just kind of doing a scribble. And that kind of makes it look like a tower of flowers, like I say, foxglove or whatever. When it is in one of these, it just works perfectly for that. Yeah, those good deals, eh? Hey, Steph, nice to see you. I am making Kimbits today and chatting and visiting. I went and picked up some groceries this morning. 18 eggs for $5.47. I don't know how they get the 47. I didn't ask. So these tall flowery things, again, these tall flowery things also look good with tall skinny leaves like this, right? Oh, your heads are laying again? Awesome. $9 for 18 eggs? Ouch. I pay $9. I get flats of eggs from the farm. They're only $8, and I get 2.5 dozen. But the farm has to have hens that are laying at the time, so you kind of get yes and no's. Right now it's a no for getting farm eggs, which is fine. Hens need a break too, so I'm going to leave these ones just the way they are. Not too windy here. So now I've got these orangey bluish ones. They're really kind of interesting. I think though that I will take an orange pencil. Really would like an orange pencil. What are you? Oh, it says orange. We'll use this and do the same kind of thing. No, we just have like light snow, had some freezing rain when we were going into town. I'm going to do the same thing, just some orange circles. Just to bring out the orange color in them. You can still see some of the blue, some of the yellow behind. This is what you do with papers that you find really fugly. This one's quite dark green, but that's okay too. All these are going to get orange circles on them. And I don't care if they're overlapping. I am just going up and down them, making circular motions. And when you're working up close to them, they don't look as good as they do when they're in a collection like a vase situation or something. You know, some of my ugliest flowers have created some of my most beautiful cards as far as I'm concerned. You love my chicken? Yeah. Well, I tried drawing it. I can't draw. I can wobble cut. My no. Whatever. No. So again, I'm taking the white gel pen. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with these. Sorry for the dirty hands. Using markers up close and personal does that kind of thing. So again, I'm just going to scribble on this. Really, I am. And I'm not doing any really rhyme or reason. I am just doing like little bits of white line so that it does look like flowers. Almost, I think it looks like flowers. That chicken's name is Chili. So that's what I do. And when it's part of a floral collage, it looks like foxglove or glads. Something. Hi, Casey. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. I am just making some Kimbits. I chopped up a piece of brayer off paper. I save all that stuff because I chop it up and I make little things like this. My flowers, mushrooms that I use my collage. Wow. So I'm pretty happy with what I got out of these bits of painty paper. I still have lots of umbrellas. I'm low on cats. I am low on... What else am I low on, guys? Big flowers. Fish. How am I for fish? Oh, thanks. They were kind of fun. Like I say, I just wobble cut things and turn them into what they're supposed to be. And I mass produce because, you know, if I've got a journal on the go, then I can just grab and go. And right now I think I've got 8 journals on the go. Don't judge. Not part of a challenge, just part of my squirreling or rabbit hole or whatever you want to call it. Something like that. Something like that. Goodness. Just do this, guys. Just there. So that's my version of doing flower towers. Flower towers. But like I say, when they're in something like this, you know, when you've got, you know, they just add. They're just something that adds to. It's not They're usually my big flower. I have a focal point and the rest is just filler. Like in a normal bouquet of flowers. You listen, you don't judge. I should show you my journals. Okay. Okay, I can grab a couple. I have. Where are you guys? I cleaned, guys, and I'm still going, where the heck did you put that? Although I did find my watercolor book. This is the journal did New Year's Eve with Miriam. We streamed together the journal start to finish. Although I don't consider it finished, I'm still adding to it. So I took some of my, you know what that's called, snippet strip, and I turned it into a tuck spot. This also tuck spot. Yarn down the side. This is a little pocket. It's a House Hippo fundraiser. Again, another little pocket. There's the pocket. It's full of pockets. This is going to be one of those big, fat, chunky monkey things. I have to put something here because I smudged gluey fingers on that. But, you know, so I've got this. This also is a pocket. It's a window envelope that I folded in half and did so that it's on both sides. Some little art journaling pages, lined paper, handmade lined paper. That's a tip. This one just tips. Then this also, I did clusters. And because I put purple on the front, I keep wanting to fold that up. And it's okay. Because I used this on the front, this piece of, it's a copy of one of my paint pours, actually. And I used the purple. I had to then put purple throughout the journal. So I've been adding purple as I go, you know, little bits of stuff. This one is for a page, something like this, but it would be a paper. So it would tuck in both corners. And I've got one of my little cat tabs happening. Again, another pocket. Bitsy Bird. This is more of that snippet strip. I like things to flow. Page tab. More of my junky flowers. We also did, was that borders or edgings or whatever? So I've got a little bird on there, bird stamps, stack of books. This is just a little flip up of purple lace. One of my wooden stamps. Again, I've got the window envelope thing that's like a belly band kind of happening. More of the snippet strip. More junk flowers. Edgings. Just stamps and whatever. Another tuck. This is when I was doing all those bouncy boxes for Christmas, those exploding boxes. They, you know, you open the package and all the boxes come jumping out at you. I had something like 80 of these little corners. I wasn't about to throw them out, so I just made tucks out of them. Another page tab. That's very much like the flowers that I just did, but bigger. There's more of that border that we did. Just a couple of pieces of gel bits. Fan trashy flowers. This is a paper bag with old stuff on it. Of course, nothing's me unless I use my frames and my hand-drawn lined paper. Again, more of these tucks. This has a zine in the middle. The cool thing about this is you can open it up and write on it. This is also a little pocket. Another tuck spot, pocket. Another of those bags. This is a zine. This is what I was saying about having both sides so that you can tuck both corners in. This is just lined paper put on there. Again, more of the snippet strip. One of my stick people. Nothing's done without one of my funky chickens. Another little pocket. Fantasy flower, just a doodle. Another flip up. Purple lace. So this is a junk journal. You know, it's got all kinds of stuff on it. A piece of a calendar. It says Spelunking, 7 o'clock p.m. You know, so it's got the pockets. There's a little inchy with a little bird on it. Throwing flowers around. More of those flowers. I'm trying to do things so that there's a bit of a flow. More of that border lace. I did this lace as a tuck over just because it's this lace, but another tuck spot. One of my flare buys, the bag. I cut the bottom open so that it could be a nice pocket. Oh, thanks, Dusty. Another of my inchies. This one has a lot of bling on it. There's one of my cats and one of my cat inchies. You know, the nose ones with the whiskers. This is a little tuck spot. Are you a tuck spot? Maybe not. Nope, that's just a piece of collage bit. But it had purple on it. See, I was going through my bins looking for purple stuff. More frames. This is a tuck spot back here, tuck spot here, and again in the side here you can tuck. It was just a full, more of my flowers, woven paper, chicken, pocket, page tab, snippet strip, another cat tab. This is pocket. This is a cluster of envelopes, little envelopes, so they'll get just like little fun things in them, maybe like a little square with a bitsy bird or a fish or something. Again, another belly band. I paint the flowers. This is more junk flowers in the bins. Pocket. This is my full washi tape. You'll find that throughout the journal too. More journal cluster. Sure, you can paint a bunny. I won't be there, but that'd be kind of cool. I have envelope journals too. This is a junk journal. So there's more of my washi. This is just a little fold over with, you know, one of my flowers that I do. That's a stamp. There's another of those little thumbprint birds is what they are. This is a upside down pocket. Every page has to have an upside down something, or every journal has to have something upside down. More tuck. More frames. I love using my frames. I'll probably add some more to that. More of this. Another fan trashy flower. Another belly band. Just a watercolor with a doodle. This. And this is the back cover. The tuck. This is just a blank piece. I have to, you know, the way it goes. And the back cover. So there's that one that I'm working on and adding more purple and stuff to. I guess I could do just a lot of tags and fill it that way. Then I have yeah, because you know I can't just have one, right? You guys have seen this, me working on this one for a while. It was an old book that I got from work, and I folded the pages in half and did it that style, fold the pages in, and then cut the cover to fit. So this is just, there's one of my cards that I copied and did. It's a flip, hand painting. I did some very strange page tabs. Heart tuck. This flips. You guys can recognize that shape, I'm sure. I like breaking it up so you can put like little quotes or words or snarks or whatever in the journals. Another flip. And these open up as well. This flips up and it's got a few little pages in it, so it's like a little journal in a journal. Hand painted daisies. I don't know how well you can see that. Baked potatoes. I am having, no, I'm going to throw them in the air fryer. So they're kind of baked. Then this is another flip. More of those trashy flowers I do. Flutter by on, this is a tuck spot. You guys recognize these shapes? Those are those things you pull when you open up your Kleenex boxes. This is a little bird I had sitting on my desk. Snowman in the envelope. So the envelope is a tuck here, and it opens up both sides of the page. So, and then it's got the tuck on this side as well, pocket. I like taking my leftover snips, like when I was cutting out the flowers and stuff, I had a lot of those snips that I threw out. I like using them in the journals as interest bits that people can color on or whatever they like. Here's one of those decorated windows. Flip, another crazy flower. I crocheted a whole bunch of tag or page tab edgings. And so they're in here. Inchies, lots of inchies, another flip thing. So this one, I don't know if it's complete or not. I could say it's complete. It's definitely eclectic. It is whatever whoever gets it wants to use it for, of course. We've done these flowers on the stream. Yeah, tops from Kleenex boxes. They're great. I have a lot of fun. And they make great, nice page tabs on these because they stick out. More of those crazy flowers that I chop out. Some doodles. And then it has a bead closure. So there's that one that I'm working on as well. Then I started this one. This is a piece of file folder, and I had these all just Midori style in there. I was just taking junk and doing it. Look, I got big mess here. It's okay. So we're backwards. This is the front, evidently. So I have a big flip here. That's a side of a Kleenex box. Envelope thing. Just putting bits on and in. This folds way down and folds up. It's a tuck. Piece of envelope. Posies of Positivity. Did that belly band of it the other day. I don't know what we did before we had YouTube. So, see, I still have lots of decorating and stuff to do. Again, just little doodle flowers. This is a coloring book page. This was a bag from the local pharmacy. This is a calendar page. This is from Beth's channel. When we were putting napkins down on fabric, I put it down on a really thin muslin using, I think, Mod Podge, I can't remember. Anyway, that's a fabric page. Fabric and napkin page. Again, this is what I use my little flowers for, guys. I put them on belly bands. This one has one of my feathers on it. It's a belly band as well. Oh yeah, I did belly bands recently, and I put them all in here. So, again, little bits to write on. I like to have writing space in my journals. I took one of my building clusters, put it on a belly band. That's the other half of that. Another belly band again. Flowers that I make and play with. The other half of the bag. Coloring page. This is, I took pencil crayons and markers. I made a lot of lined paper. No, I did a lot of painting and crafting and stuff too. And yes, we did get together at friends' houses. I was actually thinking of that this morning when I was picking up groceries. Not that I need groceries, whatever. I was at the grocery store and thinking about my friend in Winnipeg. We would get together every Saturday morning and we would either bake for both our houses for the week or cook meals for the week or 2 weeks, whatever. Can't remember, but we did a lot, right? My daughter was 3 months old. Her son was 9 months old. So if either of the babies were fussy or needed anything, one of us could always deal with the kids and the other would keep working on what we were doing. But I mean, we would make pierogies, we would make cabbage rolls, we would make lasagnas, we would make all kinds of casseroles and split it so that, we had it. Ron was working nights and her partner was driving truck. So she needed meals for whenever he was around, because we didn't have the same luxuries we have now. She didn't know exactly when he was going to be home. This is the top of the Kleenex box. And another positivity posy. So that's that one. Then when I was cleaning, I should not clean. I've arted all my life too. Arted and crocheted and stuff. So I cleaned and I found this bag with handles. So I've added a whole bunch of papers. I haven't even started decorating it yet. They're just in with elastics right now, but I'm working on that one. Yeah. Then this one, I've been playing with. It was supposed to be the giveaway in January, and then I figured out I couldn't afford to send journals out in the mail anymore. So, it's just a little doodle journal. It's not a pocket. Thought it was more of those flowers. Just lop them out, use them up. Another piece of Kleenex box, put a hole in it as a flip. More trashy flowers. I like trashy flowers. Yeah, postage is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I thought that might be a tuck spot. It is not. It is just glued down. This, though, is a flip. And it does have the little envelopes. It's like a little envelope cluster that I made. This is some texture paste. Again, a little zine in the middle. Kind of like doing that. There's one of my skinny cats. So I've been adding stuff to them. And this is a pocket. This is on a brad. And it kind of holds this down. It's a long, skinny piece of... I used scrapbook paper in here. That's what that is. It's scrapbook paper. So it's kind of like a flower or something. You can write on them. Line paper, calendar. That other half of the doily. We were doing a prompt or something, and I think, yeah. I think there will be a regular, that we don't have regular mail. I really do. So there's that one, and then there's this one. This one is the one I started putting Becca's hearts in, and I fizzled out at number 6. I've got them. I've got a couple more, but I never finished the month. There's 6. It was mushroom. So this is, again, just a bunch of envelopes put together to use. And then this is my Halloween one that isn't very far. That's obviously a bookmark I did. Cut the tree out on the Cricut. I think, Beth, you sent me these napkins. I have a feeling Beth did. This was, I was swapping with somebody, and this got returned to me with the wrong address twice. So after that, I said, that's done. And so I've got candy corn and the Rockettes. And then, of course, the graveyard, and then a candy skull. And then I cut the magazine into this shape. And this is a bookmark. This is how I do a lot of my bookmarks. You guys know that too, because we've been together a long time. I've got a why did the skeleton cross the road? Because he didn't have the guts. So really, I don't have much in here yet. Have to have eyeballs and stuff. But anyway, I've got all my Jillo lanterns, Jill, whatever. Bunch of stuff in here that needs to go in. Too many projects. Yeah, I know. It's pretty much the same way here. Mail is just ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. Not happy with it. Nope. And then, of course, I have these ones. And these ones were, Jean and I were doing rainbow journals. And he found a new binding. So we were doing these rainbow journals. And mine ended up being 14 inches wide. Right? So, the position of furniture, definitely. So because my journal was 14 inches wide, I split it up into 1 or 2 sheets of each color. So I have, these are rainbow journals. They need covers. They're ready. They just need to be bound. Look, that page is upside down. See, it's a good thing I am playing, because that is totally upside down. So, yeah. Anyway, I have a whack load. You're upside down. See, I have to go through them before I bind them, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. But like everything, from the negatives to, I use, what are these? I know what these are. They're reinforcements. I like painting and dyeing reinforcements and using them as fun circles. This is an embossing folder that I used as a stamp. One of my little cards, paper. This one has a lot of fish in it. But yeah, so I have a whack load of journals that sit here waiting for me to put covers, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Are you talking about my crazy colors? Yeah, I have to have color in my life or I get really witchy. I was mentioning that to Ron. We're driving down the street, and I think our street is about a kilometer long from where my house is to the highway. And I'm not sure how many houses are down there. I really don't have never counted the number of houses, but there was two cars that one was a light blue and was a bit darker blue, and there was a red truck. Everything else was white or gray. Oh, pardon me, there was a black one. So I make bows as well, like paper bows, flat paper bows, and this is what I do with my painty bits, right? I cut out all these things, frames, bows, and then I stick them in my journals. Pockets. Do a lot of doodling. This one was a coffee dyed paper, so it's got a nice pocket on it. There's another of my chickens. Those chickens are everywhere. Little pockets and woven paper and fish and my buildings. Then, I do little, because I like doing these little floral collages. They come in all sizes and shapes. And yeah, so I have a whole bunch of these that I need to, excuse me, 4 of them. I might even have 5. There's another one under there that I haven't found, but awesome, Monica. Yeah, didn't ask me to show some of my journals, so I just flipped through a whack load that I've got started and am working on. Of course, there's more sitting over there because I don't know about you guys, but some days, because I collect so many papers and envelopes and things like that, I just throw these things together. All the envelopes. Oh, look, there's one more, 2 more that I'm working on. I lied, 4. But these are all blank, pretty much. Maybe not. So anyway, I just grab one and go. Right? Had to have been working on this one. It's got a cat sticking out. So, oh, look. Let's flip these up, and I have no idea what's in there. Did I only make this chicken? Yeah, it's the only chicken I made today. I was making Kimbits. I did some mushrooms and some flowers and some leaves. And now we're flipping through journals. That's got 3 little pockets in it. This is a flip. Some of my little books that I create. Yeah. So this has all kinds of painty papers. That's a piece of origami paper. More of those goofy flowers. Calendar page with snippet strip. This is fabric. My hand-painted fabric. More of those cutout negatives from when I'm doing Kimbits. Pocket painted with little florals. Flips, tucks, pockets, negatives. This is a cute little journal. These are the journals that I was working on to send out to people on month ends, right? There's one of my little cat tabs, page tabs. He peeks out over the top. Piece of braille paper. Another of those envelope window things. That's napkin. Woohoo! Yeah! And chicks. I need a rooster. Well, we'll see what comes out of, I am constantly doing. I definitely have to, this is a blue and Orange journal, evidently. That one looks like it's done. This one's got scrapbook paper in it. Lots of painty paper. I actually broke down and bought some bobby pins so I could do some fun stuff with them. Lots of painty paper. This is like a little faux art journal thing. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Lots of junk. This is a fold. I remember folding these. Do I remember how to do it? Nope. That's one of my wooden stamps. Yeah, it's got lots of potential. Oh, and then I went crazy and I was making these things. So it's a folded up piece of paper, cut at an angle. They've got lots of pockets. And this one happens to have like stacks of little brown papers. What's happening? Oh, Carol's got 2,000 hours. That's excellent. Excellent. Congratulations. I don't know if that was a snippet strip or if I was just putting stuff down. You know, when you create every day, and I do create almost every day, more often than not, you forget what you do. Well, I forget what I do. So yeah, I have a few journals on the go. Many few. And then of course, this one was a snippet strip that I accordion folded and made into a little art journal that I can doodle in. And then what I did was I stitched little signatures of scrap paper between the accordions. So I had more stuff to doodle on and play with. So that's a snippet strip book. This also is a snippet strip book. This is just an accordion fold, but I did one of those pieces of paper you stick between the two so that it stays together. But this one also I stitched in little bits of paper so that I've got stuff to doodle on. Yeah. So aside from that, I probably have, my Peace, Love, and Understanding journal. Quick flip through that. I've only been on here for 3 hours. I have nothing planned. This is my Peace, Love, and Understanding, and Sarcasm journal. This was a National Geographic magazine. This is my journal. Things like I choose peace, always savings, give peace a chance. There's some sarcastic, snarky stuff in here too. Like some people need a shock collar, but today I feel positively luminous. This is my doodle journal. Sorry, that was rude. But again, my goofy flowers. I was having fun. I was taking pictures of people and cutting out under their noses and sticking black mustaches, like black yarn through for mustaches. I had a whole set of those. They're really kind of fun. Then, of course, I was doing the cats on heads. Had quite a few of those. Don't know where they're at. They're somewhere in this weird page tabs. Punched a hole and kind of crocheted that silly stuff on. Fun words. Nothing's complete unless I've got ghosts, eyeballs, and things like that. You don't have any free table space? I like dangly stuff, so I've got, yeah, it's, my daughter just left me that. She doodles on whatever happens to be in front of her or around her when they're here visiting. She did these as well. So when my kids and grandkids leave things like that around, I add them into my personal journals. So yeah, so this is my peace, love, understanding, and sarcasm. Some mushrooms, belly band, uh, collage card. Got lots of collage cards stitched down the side with that ugly yarn. That's supposed to be a scrubby yarn. More floral collage. Again, frames. Surprise. So, yeah, that's my peace, love, understanding, and sarcasm journal. So, yes, I have a bazillion and one journals on the go. Exactly. That's the size for a sewing machine. Yeah, your bird and your hummingbird project. Well, I have that big project beside me that I need to finish. I've got my junk embroidery that I need to finish. I've got all these journals. I'm doing this 100 mini paintings, but I have to make some Kimbits. You know, there's always something to do. I used to say I envied people who were bored, and then when I damaged my hand for that year and a half, I could do nothing with it because it was in a brace that I could move no part of it. Um, I found out what being bored was like, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. To flick at that piece of paper. Oh, that was a tag. That was one of the tags I did Sunday. You know. Yeah. Well, I have my entire basement, Carol, but it needs to be organized. When my granddaughter was down here yesterday, she asked me for something, and I was able to grab it. And she says, "So it's organized. What's Mom talking about?" Because her mom was giving me grief about my organization or lack of organization down here. And she says, "It's organized." I said, "Thank you, sweetheart." Of course, she doesn't live close to me, so I don't have the luxury of having her to go to battle for me with her mother. You know, you guys know. I know you know. All right. All right. Let's put some of this stuff away. Yeah, the basement can be cold. I do have a heater down here. Um, these were organized, and then somebody asked if they stayed together, and I shook it, and they do not stay together. So I kind of put things together, and you know, it's wonder where that is. It could be over there, but so I keep my bits in these covered ice cube trays. It works. It works. It works. Those won't fit. These will fit. So yeah, I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. I hope that I inspired you to try some sort of florally something. Oh, all these little blue ones. I need these little blue ones. They're all over the place now. Rats. Those need to be by themselves. Move this over. Did I miss any? There's one. Because those are so little and so cute. And yes, I do use hole punches for my flowers in a lot of cases. I do for sure. I flicked it that way. Yeah, I did. You know, I'm not as worried about tags. I have bins full of tags. And I know that doesn't surprise you, but I do. I have bins full of, I call it ready to stuff. The bin's labeled ready to stuff. So that when I'm filling one of those journals, I just pull one of those bins over and whatever happens to fit in that spot goes in. Right? So trying to clean up just a little bit here. I hope that it's not too irritating. Just kind of filling in some time, guys. Bin bits. Bits. Lots of bits. Mushrooms. That's for mushrooms go in the mushroom bin. And all the mushrooms? I think there should be 5. 1, 2. Yep, 5 mushrooms. With the mushrooms. And I don't know. Is that going to go in with my Goonie birds? Even though it's a chicken? Or do I start a chicken collection, guys? Tell me, quick. Anyone? That was in here. Bin bits? Oh, yeah. Marty, haven't you seen my bin of bits? I have a chicken envelope. Like I have my Bitsy birds. These are chickens. Black-loaded chickens. I'm low on dragon. I've only got one dragonfly left. Can't see them. One dragonfly. Goonie birds? Yeah, I'm thinking Goonie birds. So yeah, this is the way I organize my bits because I make so many different things. Like I've got the mushrooms. I've got flowers. I've got more flowers. I've got big leaves. I've got fan trashy flowers. I got Christmas trees. These are way too big for many things. I've got little floral doodles on watercolor. These are the junk florals that we do using lids and things. I got leaves. Bye, Steph. Take care. Yeah, you can get these envelopes on Amazon. They are large window 9x6 envelopes. I think I paid. They're much more expensive in Canada. I know somebody else looked them up and they were really a decent price for you guys in the States. So then I've got all my different frames, like the window frames from envelopes, just lots of painty paper frames, large ones and small ones, and medium-sized ones. Because when you put them all in together, they get really tangled and they get all goofed up. I have an envelope of painted paper bows, buttons, This is my cat's envelope. See, look how low I am on cats. I've only got one tall, skinny cat left, and just a few of my little ones. Got fish, bitsy birds. Tried doing teddy bears, wobble cutting teddy bears. They're really goofy looking, so they stay there. I have stick people. Although those ones that Beth was using, I'm really liking those stick people she was using. These are love bugs, where you write the word love. You fold the paper in half, write the word love, and then cut it out and turn it into bugs. Love bugs. Got some big goony birds and some of my other ones that I had in the computer already. These are just weird things that I cut out. Chickens, the dragonfly, butterflies, little monster faces. These are the cats that I do for the page tabs. I wobble cut them and I cut 2 pieces out, so I've got a front and a back, and then you just glue up to the head together and you leave the paws open so you can put them on the edge of the page. Somebody said, that's only half a cat. So I was drawing backs. I don't know that I'm going to do that or not. It's a page tab. Of course, my bookworms. I've got a series of bookworms that I did. And then, of course, the elements, edges and borders and more frames and belly bands. And yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad, Dana. Mine was close to $40 or a little bit over $40 for 50. But I like them because I can see what's in them, right? And then I've got like my buildings, those ones, and then bigger buildings, and the fairy houses. And Beth sent me a page of doors. So yeah, I don't know what the name of them was. They were just a craft envelope, large window, 9x6. But yeah, I love them. I absolutely love them because seriously, I like to be able to see what I've got, and I make so much of stuff that I need to, I like to be able to see, what I've got. And they fit perfectly in a shoebox. I've got it in a boot box, but I have one of those kids bin angle things, so that's why it's in the plastic bin. But that's how I store the majority of my bits. So yeah. So I am organized to a point. Worms and birds, yeah. It just seems to work for me. It really does. Because I've seen like all the scrapbooks or the binders and the tucks and stuff. I could never find what I was looking for that way. And then I tried a different way and I couldn't find what I was looking for, even though I had it labeled. I just kind of, yeah, my house is, or my basement anyway, is quite a mess. But that's okay. I know where most things are until I clean, then I can't find things. I did find, well, my granddaughter found my sketchbook with the watercolors in it because she watercolors and she was determined to find it so that she could do some and play as well. Yeah, it would be fun to come to my house and play. I have stuff, guys. I have stuff. I really do. Thank you, Dana. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. But yeah, they're wonderful envelopes. You know, I think they're done with recycled paper, which makes them even nicer. Of course, they got the big plastic window, but it's not like I'm using it once. Yeah, passports. I don't have one either. So yes, like I say, and then I just took um old school divider kind of things and have the dividers between with the labels on critters or buildings or florals or whatever. The lost marbles, oh my word. Belinda, how many months did I look for my ready marbles? No, I was using marbles because I was doing some marble roll painting backgrounds and I put the marbles away. I could not find them for months. How far is Seattle? I'm right smack dab in the middle of the country, Dana. Like, I mean, I am straight up from Texas. Like, really. I'm right above North Dakota and Minnesota. So it's like right in the middle of the country. Yeah, 3 months easily. So, anyway, when I cleaned up, they were on the table beside me that whole time. I could not find them. I was cursing. I was just miserable. Alberta is about 6 hours from Boise. That's probably true. I'm about 60 miles from the border. Oh, you'll be in Seattle. Yeah, no, that's still way far. That's about 2,500 kilometers, miles. I don't know what Ron measured it in, but it's a 24-hour drive if you drive straight through. You got a friend in Red Deer? Cool, cool. Yeah, it's far. It's crazy. Yeah, I know you're 3 hours from Montana. But you're like 14 hours, between 12 and 14 hours from me. I think Calgary's 14, 12, somewhere around there. Now my granddaughter's not going to be working in Banff, I don't think, for a while. Like they're talking about doing a big road trip and then going back to Europe for a while. And I don't know if she's going to go back to Banff to work or not. So, it's unless my sister-in-law moves there, that's Tim's. Tim's for sure. But yeah, it's a bit of a drive. It's an interesting place. It's cold in the winter. You'll want to come in the summer. You're from Florida. You're going to want to come in the summer. And even then, bring your fall and spring wear with you. Just say it. Just say it. Yeah, black coffee. It's the only way to do. Yeah, Dusty lives in Canada as well. It's nice to see you, Dusty. I haven't seen you for a while. I've popped in and watched you and lurked. I guess I should say hi. Yeah, long johns. Those onesies, right? Like those ones with the trap door in the bottom. Those are cozy as heck. Hey, Lamont. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We were just playing and doing a little bit of collage bits for my collections, for my journals. You've been making wonky houses? That's awesome. I used all my wonky houses in my monster book. Yeah, that's the way I feel too, Dana. Okay, Teresa, take care, hon. I don't know if you're moving soon, but if you are and I don't see you for a couple of days, drive safe. 13 hours to Winnipeg. How many hours am I from Winnipeg? 20 minutes. I'm right outside of Winnipeg. Barbara and Sherry and Noelle and Janine all live in Winnipeg. You could. You definitely could. As long as you got a passport, right? That would be cool. You're in the Soyuz too? In the Soyuz? I was there last spring. That's right, Liz, you're Canadian as well. It's nice to see all the Canadian ladies. Shannon was here earlier as well. Very, very awesome. It is, it is. But yeah, no, that'd be cool. I have been trying to get Barbara and Sherry to come out and play. Sherry doesn't drive though, and Barbara is always so busy that it would take a lot of planning on our parts to do that. You're going to the island at the end of May? That's where we were last May as well. We spent the entire month of May on the island, pretty much. It's where Ron's family is. Although he does have a nephew in Langdon, so we stopped in Strathmore to see his nephew. That's in Alberta. I have a sister in Medicine Hat. Family vacation. That's going to be really nice. I really like the island. Except that the last time we were there, it seemed like everybody was in such a hurry. Like the main highway, highway number one, was just crazy busy. We're not used to the crazy busy since we've lived rurally for the past 30 odd years. I mean, we still go to the city and stuff, but it's not the same as that. Are you driving, Carol? And where on the island are you going? Are you staying in the southern part or are you going up to, I know what it's called. My sister in law lived up at the northern part. Oh, it defeats me. I'll remember as soon as I get offline. Driving and camping, lovely, lovely, lovely. Chemainus was beautiful when we first started going there, but it turned into quite the little tourist place. They've got goats on their roof, and it's got a lot of little boutique kind of stores. No, Chemainus is the one with the murals. They were known as the mural capital of Canada until everybody else started doing murals. They did that to bring in tourists because their mill closed down. I believe. And then Coombs is the one with the goats on the roof. We've been to Duncan. They have lots of, yeah, gold padding for sure. Duncan has all the totem poles. I was lucky enough to watch them working on one. Spent quite a bit of time there. So you're going out to Tofino to see the whales? Like, are you going all the way to the west coast of the island? Paper packs at Dollarama? Awesome. I don't normally buy paper packs. The only things I have bought paper pack wise is the block of origami papers. It was like a 400 sheet pack of 6x6 origami papers. I um I don't usually buy scrapbook papers, although I have a couple of pads that somebody had given me. What kind of papers? Is it like, I'm interested. Everybody says you drive terribly over here. You know what? I don't think you guys drive any worse than the people in Steinbach do. Yeah, that's what we did last spring too, Carol. And then when we came home, it was normally I grow all my own bedding plants. So we figured, oh, we'll just buy them when we get home. Well, we didn't get home until the beginning of June. So all the really decent bedding plants were picked over. So we got some real scraggly, ugly plants, and I wasn't happy. So I don't think I want to go in May again on a road trip because that's when I'm I start my plants usually at the end of March to mid-April. And bedding plants are stinking expensive. I spent easily close to $300 on the flowers and everything. And that really hurts compared to spending $60 on seeds. Yeah, yeah. That'll be a lovely trip. But Chemainus and stuff, those little tourist towns, I bet you anything that you could get some orders from them as well. Those lovely little boutiques. Or is it not a business trip? But if you do business while you're on the trip, you can use it as a tax write-off. Always looking for the tax write-offs. Well, guys, it has been 3.5 hours, and I've just been yammering at you for the past half hour or so. I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for being here, keeping me company, letting me just do my thing today without, oh, your fire problems. Yes, that's my problem, that I have issues breathing, so it's rough for me. Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody who's here chatting and visiting. It's been great. Anybody up in the balcony, thank you for not throwing tomatoes. The popcorn is lovely, though. I do love my popcorn. Thanks to everybody who watches replays. You gonna try some chickens now, these guys? Or those other little ones? Whichever. I'd still love to see them. Hugs to each and every one of you, and I will see you Friday. We're on Jean's channel Friday. Not sure what we're doing, but we're not doing junk embroidery. It's going to be something totally different. Hugs, guys. See you all. Stay warm, stay safe, and try and be as happy as you can. Bye now.